Hello viewers, welcome to Kids Auto and Truck Repair. Today we have a 2008 Dodge Sprinter with a 3.0 liter. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the high pressure fuel pump. We already did all the testing. We have determined that the high pressure fuel pump is defective. Now we're going to go ahead and get this pump replaced. I'm going to bring you along so we can get this high pressure fuel pump replaced. We already got the air filter box removed, so now let's go under the hood so we can get this high pressure fuel pump replaced. We have already undid the fan itself. It looks like this upper radiator hose needs to be disconnected. So let's disconnect the hose first.
Over there, I was like,
I think they're mine actually. Perfect. All right, so we got the upper radiator hose undone. Now we can just flip it back like this to get it out of the way. Okay, so now since the fan is already undone, I hope you guys can see up there, down there. So this fan is actually a left threaded radiator fan. So when I spin it to the right, that's undoing it. Now, Carl, over here, you see this? There's a bracket here that we have to push.
Mm-hmm. This one down here?
Yeah, we have to push that to release the shroud. So we need a flat screwdriver. Just like that. And then I'm gonna spin the fan.
So fan and shroud should come out in one piece.
In one piece, yeah. Mm-hmm. So as I'm undoing it right now, so right now the shroud is already free. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's freed up. I'm gonna spin this until it comes out completely. Okay, so the fan came off. Now we can lift both of them at the same time. So here is our fan. And this is the shroud. So we're gonna get it out of the way. We're good. We're making progress. Here is our high pressure fuel pump. So now we're gonna undo it. So Carl, you're gonna undo this clamp over here. Mm-hmm. You're gonna disconnect this line. Mm-hmm. I already undid this clamp over here. So disconnect this line, and then this tube. Mm-hmm. And after that, we're gonna disconnect these two electrical connectors here. And then we're gonna remove 3 bolts. So this high pressure pump has 3 bolts that hold it against the cylinder head. So there's this one here, there's another one here, and there's a third one down here. After we undo those 3 bolts, the pump is gonna come out.
Those are E10s, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Look like E10s.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can go ahead and undo those hoses.
Question, I don't have to hold that bottom one, I can just crank it off.
Yeah, just crank that one off, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna undo the high pressure fuel line. Mm-hmm. Now this one we can just bend it up. Yeah, you can just kind of bend it up a little, not too much. Yeah, that's good. Just bend it out of the way. No. And then when we put it back, we can just bend it back. Okay, that's good. Perfect. So that's your fuel supply line. You can just push it out of the way.
Clamps already off this one?
Yeah, I already removed the clamp.
Those are just pop.
Yeah, you can just pry it out of the way. There you go. Very nice. So now I'm gonna disconnect the fuel temperature sensor on the pump, just like that. And then we're gonna undo the quantity regulator valve. Okay, so we're good. So we got both electrical connectors undone. So now you up. So we're gonna undo this bolt here, this one, and then there's another one, a third one down here.
Let's have fun with the fun one first.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So as Carl is undoing this bolt, when the pump comes out, I'm going to show you where these 3 bolts go. Can you move your arm a little bit? Yeah, so you can see. Okay, I'll grab it. Nice. All right, perfect. All right, so we got all 3 bolts undone. So now we're just gonna rock the pump back and forth. Actually, can you give me a flat screwdriver? I'm gonna pry the pump back a little bit. So right now, the pump should come out. So I'm just working this out. Okay, slowly. The pump is sliding out. Just like that. So here it comes. So here is our high pressure fuel pump. Now we're gonna take it to the bench. We're gonna install this gear on the new fuel pump before we install our new one. Okay? So now let's take this to the bench. So we're gonna prep our new fuel pump now. So we're gonna remove this gear and install it on the new pump. Here is our new pump. This is the part number from Mercedes. I hope you can see that. So this pump was pretty expensive. So here is the new one. As you can see, it looks identical to our old pump. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We have to install this gear on the new one at the same spot. We have to make sure that this gear is gonna go on the new one the same exact way as it's gonna come out of the old one. So I'm going to mark this tooth over here, and then I'm gonna use my screwdriver here to kind of make a mark right here. Okay, so we kind of gonna make the same mark kind of here around this on the new one. Now, since this one has a little key over here, we will use this mark as a guide. So what do you think, Carl?
Pretty matched up.
Pretty matched up, right? So we just have to make sure that this one lines up with this. Okay. And in terms of the pump body, it looks pretty close, right? Okay. That's good. So now we can remove this gear and transfer it to this new one. And I don't think this pump needs to be timed, because when I looked at service info, it did not talk about timing the pump. I just wanted to mark it so we can make sure that everything goes back the way they came out. Let's give it a little zippy. No. We're gonna have to hold it.
Hold the key.
Yeah. So if you can just put it right here.
So I don't want to mess with the teeth.
Yeah, so we should put it this way.
Got that out already?
Yeah. So, you know, you can hold it right there.
To replace that.
Yeah. So we have to transfer that to the new one.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see. We just don't want that to spin. Nice. Okay. And then, yeah.
You want?
No.
I have a plastic hammer.
Even a regular hammer just with a punch. I have a couple punches in my toolbox. Let's use a punch and can you hold there? Watch out, Pig. Okay, now that key,
Gotta come out too.
yeah, we have to transfer that key to the new one. Came out?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll pull it right out.
perfect. Very good. So, now, put that key on there. Alright, so what we have to transfer from the old pump to the new one is the gear and this little key right here. Okay. And then just like that. Okay, but now what are we gonna do next?
It would be tighten it down, then line it up, right?
Yes, we're gonna line it up before we install it, but we have to go look up the torque spec upstairs and torque it down to the right spec. And then at that point, everything we're gonna do is just gonna be the reverse process of the removal process. So let's, okay, well maybe let's go look up the torque spec first, and then we'll be back and torque this down.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yep.
So let's get this on the vise. Now the torque spec for this nut is 48 foot-pound. So we're gonna torque this down to 48 foot-pound. So if you can hold this, Carl. I'm gonna get our torque wrench set up to 48 foot-pound. Okay. So that's good. Thank you. All right. So now we're gonna torque this. So just like that, I hope you can hear the torque wrench click. So that's good. This is torqued down to 48 foot-pound. So now we're gonna remove the pump. I'm gonna get it off of the vise, and then Carl is gonna line the mark. Pretty good.
Yeah, screwdriver. I just say, just make sure eyes are not playing tricks on me.
Maybe come this way a little bit. Yeah,
Right there.
that's good. Very good. All right, so we got this mark lined up. Okay, we're good. So now our pump is ready to be installed. Actually, can you get me a little bit of grease? Let's grease up this O-ring here. It's gonna help slide it on, because we don't want to damage the ring when we install the pump. Perfect. Just put a little bit here. Very good. So now let's take this to the vehicle so we can install it. Before I install our new high pressure fuel pump, I want to show you the 3 holes where the bolts that hold the pump on the cylinder head go through. So these holes over here, so 1, 2, 3, okay? So the bolt that Carl was removing earlier go through here. So there's one bolt down here, there's this one here, and then there's a third one right there. Okay, so our mark is still lined up. So now I am going to install our high pressure fuel pump. So it's gonna go this way. So now I'm just gonna rock it back and forth like that until it goes in. Flush all the way. just like that. We're good. Now we're gonna get these bolts started, and then Carl is gonna torque them. The torque spec for the bolts that hold the pump on the cylinder head is 125 inch-pound. Now all these bolts have the same length, so it doesn't really matter which one goes where. They're all the same. All right, so now we're gonna torque these bolts. We're gonna torque them down to 125 inch-pound, just like that. So the first one is torqued. All right, so this one is torqued. This one is torqued. That one is torqued, so we're good. So now I'm gonna reconnect the electrical connector of the quantity control valve, just like that, and then the temperature sensor over here. Okay, I got the electrical connectors reconnected, so now we're gonna connect our fuel supply line, just like that. All right, so the lines have been reconnected. So now we're gonna reconnect this high pressure fuel line. All right, so that's tight. Perfect. They're both gonna go in at the same time. Very nice. I'm gonna get the fan started first, and then we're gonna adjust the shroud. So I got it started, the fan is spinning. Perfect. So now we're gonna make sure that now we need to make sure that this thing it goes right there.
That side was never clipped in.
Yeah, so I got that side. Okay, you got that clipped?
Yep.
Perfect. I'm clipped in here.
I guess So next would be reinstalling this filter.
Okay, looks like a win. No, down here. Look at this. See there? So this is supposed to go in here.
So we got to
See
pump it
that?
back
Yeah.
out.
Let's pop it back out. Press that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think we got it. Yeah, we're good. Looks good. The shroud is popped back in. All right, so now you can reinstall your upper radiator hose. Do you remember what color coolant came out of this? Was it blue or orange?
Brown.
Brown? Okay.
I believe it looked green though. It was probably originally green.
Good. Let me see. All right, guys. So we are almost done. This is how you remove and replace a high pressure fuel pump on a Sprinter van with a 3.0 liter. Now, we're gonna reinstall our glow plug module down here. And then we're gonna install the air filter box. Oh, you know what? Let's tighten the fan first. I'm trying to get ahead of myself here. Let's not leave it loose. So this time we're gonna go this way. We're just gonna give it a quick little zap, little zip zap.
A little zip back.
Yeah. Because remember, it wasn't really tight. That's good, right? Okay, now we're gonna reconnect this glow plug module. Good. All right, so let's grab the air filter box. Not yet. We can start it first, and then we can put that on afterwards. We might have to put a battery charger on the battery. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave this right over here. This is how you remove and replace the high pressure fuel pump on a Dodge Sprinter with a 3.0 liter. I hope you liked the video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you next time.